Media and beauty standards is a complex, multifaceted psychological topic that involves culture, economic, and social influences all across the world. So I'll be talking about some key aspects that influence these behaviors and how social problems and economic problems, culture problems, how it all ties into this beauty and media industry. I'll first talk about culture influence, and as we all know, magazines, television, movies, and most of all, social media. Social media plays a significant part in how you view yourself, how you view your body, what is deemed as beautiful, what is deemed as looks good. The social media often reflects and perpetrate things that are not real. They give you suggestions about body images and all of these things that are not realistic, and this can play a mental role on you because now you think that you're not beautiful enough because you're not living up to the standard of what they deemed as beautiful and this and what they deem as attractiveness, because they post it on social media to get your attention and eye catchers, but a lot of that is not really attractive, and it can just shape how you view yourself and how you view your body. um Media often reflects and perpetrates societal norms. So, what's normal now? They post what's normal now. You might not fit into that category of normal or that category of beautiful at that moment, but that's what social media does. Culture influence, it plays a major role in the beauty and media industry because it makes you want to look like them and be like them and look like all these other people who behind the screens does not really live these lives. Another one is representation and marginalization. As another way the beauty and the media industry has an effect on people's lives. Media have the authority to define and represent what they think is beautiful. Um, but their opinions can sometimes be stereotypes. It can be what they think is beautiful, which they mean that you, like I said, you might not fit into those categories, so that does not mean that you're beautiful. But that's the way that social media and this media has came off. Like, what you see is what you fit. So if you don't see anything that looks like you or in that same caliber as you, is not seen as beautiful. But that can be stereotypes, and that plays a part in representation of that's their opinions of what they deem as beautiful. And for example of this, the underrepresentation of blacks, or it can be not even blacks, it can be even disabilities or whatever. But you see all these commercials with, let's say, a Mac commercial. You see maybe like a white person or somebody that doesn't look like you, but they're enhancing all their beauty. And so it's like, where do I fit in? But they sell products that market to everybody. But as far as like what you see on social media, you see, different colored skin tones and all these things that enhance themselves. But if your skin tone or, how you look is not up there, it's like, what is wrong with me? Because that may look like weight, that may look like, several different things. But it's all about just being represented in all different types of areas, especially with the beauty industry, because you know nowadays, if you don't see a maybe like a heavy set person, they think you're against like all these different groups. Like, but it's like, no, it's not like that. But that's how the media does. It makes you want to categorize yourself into what everybody deemed as beautiful, what society deemed as beautiful. Economic factors play a major role in the media and beauty industry. Like I mentioned, advertisement is one of the biggest forms of where you see people enhancing their characteristics and looking like something that they're really not, and that can play a role on you because now you feel like you want to change how you look to fit in to this society, to fit into the social norms, to fit into what the industry deemed as successful. And like I mentioned, Sephora and Mac and all these different places, you might not see what you might not see what look like anything that looks like you, but that doesn't mean that you're not beautiful. But from society's standpoint, if it doesn't look like me, if it doesn't represent me, then maybe I'm just not beautiful, and that can lead to social media and body shaming. This is a rise at this is important as social media is on the rise and have a big influence over everybody. Everybody's on social media. Like I said, it creates unrealistic images. It's so unrealistic. Everybody have a bigger physique. Everybody have all these different things, but it can play a role on your self-esteem and your body image, because now you're comparing yourself to something that is unrealistic and that you see on television, because it's not a reality. They don't show accurate representation of a natural body, and so that can make you want to do things that that you really didn't want to do, but now you did it because now you fit in and now you want to look like everybody else. Micro level, that is major, is body shaming and individual bodies and feeling like they're not enough because of what people perceive as beautiful or as glamorous, and they have it going on, you would say. And that creates that's a micro level, because now you feel like my body is not enough, and now I want to body shame me because of what other people like. I'm not adding up to it. I don't fit in with the status quo. And this also can lead to peer influence, because let's just say, for example, if you're in a group of girls and y'all go out, to the mall and everything, and everybody's physique is different. Maybe your friend have a, bigger physique than you, and, this or that, and y'all are walking and guys only approach them, they didn't approach you. That right there can play on your self-esteem, because now you're like, well, why didn't they approach me? Like, yeah, my body don't look like that. Yeah, I might not have a bigger physique like them, but why didn't they approach me? And this peer pressure, not even purposely, just being in groups and wanting to go out and have fun, but this peer pressure can be like, well, let me change something about myself so I fit in, where I am out with a group of girls, that they're not just approaching them, but they're approaching me too. So it makes you want to change, how you look, and change your physique, maybe, to get the comfort of other guys will hit on you, maybe when you go out with a group next time, that they're going to hit on you. So that peer pressure and peer influence is real, and it may seem subtle, and it can be subtle things that end up creating this bigger thing, but it's subtle, but in reality it really plays with your self-esteem, and now you're questioning yourself, like, what is it that I'm doing? Like, is it me, or is it how I look? But that is a major that's a micro level issue that this beauty and social media have, like, they kind of go hand in hand, like all of this stuff, body shaming and feeling less than, and confidence issues, they all kind of go hand in hand. On the macro level side, representation in media industries. Certain groups are broadcasted more than other, which can contribute to systematic beauty standards that marginalize or exclude certain populations. Example, people of color, sometimes they might not be on most of the makeup channels, like, you see commercials and all these different things. It might not be people of color, and that shows that representation of media. Like, why, if I'm on TV and I see a MAC commercial and I don't see people that look like me, but they're quote unquote beautiful, and they're making themselves even more beautiful with this makeup and all these enhancements, but where's the people that look like me? It doesn't even have to be black and white. It can be body issue, it can be a disability, it can be all these different things that play a factor into it, that I have a representation of what is beautiful what is beautiful from what I see, from all these things that's supposed to enhance my beauty, for makeup artists and makeup stores. Why am I only seeing one group of population? Like, it's not really diverse. So now I feel like I don't fit in. Like, where do I fit in this media and beauty? But y'all sell products to everyone, but where are we? Where am I on the as far as black or this or that, height, all this stuff? Where is it at in the commercials? And that can be a underrepresentation and misrepresentation. That could be issue. And another one is cultural shifts and activism. Makeup in the beauty media, makeup in the beauty industry has culture has changed, has shifted a lot. And I know nowadays what I hear a lot is that teenagers, they look way different. They look older than they were supposed to be. That's a culture thing, because what you see on social media, you see teenagers who we probably watched grow up, but as they're teenagers now, they're wearing different things that maybe grown-ups will wear, or all these different things, but their audience is still teenager. And so now that's what these kids are following. They're following teenagers who maybe look grown and all this makeup and stuff, and that can play a problem, like in society, social culture, like all of that plays a problem, because now I want to look like my culture. That person is in my age group. I feel like I'm valid enough to look like them. And nowadays, younger kids, they're already into makeup and not even practicing full face YouTube, pandemic baby, so they had time. And so that plays this culture. It's a culture shift in activism. You look older. The media does it to you. Once you see all this stuff, you go try to figure out, well, okay, that product works best, let me go get it. So now you're emphasizing all your features just to fit into a society that can't put a label on your beauty. And so yeah, cultural, like all of these, like cultural problems, like society issues, like all of these are relevant around the media. It's heavily pushed nowadays on the media. Why not me? Am I too small or too petite or too big that they think the only thing I like to do is eat? Am I too white? Or if I say a slang word, I'm not white enough. Am I too black? The all they see is my messy hair and my naps, not my smartness or greatness within. Do I not wear enough makeup for them to notice my dimple? I use my brush to cover my pimple because all my friends, they have skincare routines and money to buy those things. I just want to look beautiful. What can I do next? Lip fillers wasn't enough. Botox wasn't enough. Surgery wasn't enough. I just want to look beautiful. So what do I do now? I just want to look beautiful. So what? I got a gap in between my teeth and I don't go around posting my body for money. So what? My skin is not the same color. Does that make me look any younger? What can I do now? I get on social media and I see women half naked. Am I not enough when I have clothes on? Should I just strip and let it rip? Man, I want to delete this app, but something keep holding me back. I want to see what's beautiful and get the most likes. And maybe one day I'll be like for me, not what they see, but for me, my personality. I just want to be beautiful. That's all. I just want to be beautiful. And as I mentioned, this poem is about a girl who wasn't beautiful in the eyes of society. She wasn't deemed as beautiful because she doesn't look like the women she see on social media. She doesn't look like the social norm. This is not about race. It's not about black or white, but it's about media and the beauty standards and how they would try to control you and make you want to change who you are and make you want to compare yourself and change your features, or even make you feel like I'm not enough. Like, why can't they see me for me? But they want to see me for what society thinks is beautiful. And so yeah, that poem is just think of a little girl, or even maybe your younger self, who just feel like, I just want to be beautiful, and maybe I'm not enough because society thinks one thing, but truly I know I am enough, because I know that society cannot choose what's beautiful or not. I will determine what's beautiful or not in my eyes. And so yes, that was the poem. Thank you guys.